Yo, shit, this lighting is bomb. Damn, bomb diggity. Yeah. Guys, university is a scam. Don't go. If you have been accepted, abort mission. Reject the acceptance. Don't go. Can you sing? Can you write? Can you dance? Do those things. Be an artist. Go solo. You may make 20 friends, or if you're popular, 50. But by the end of your first year, you will only talk to 5 if you're lucky. The biggest thing, the biggest difference between being home and being in university is your bank account. Now my song, she sing so. She never. Hi guys, and welcome to another video. My name's ohyeah and I'm aspiring to be a better person. If you've never seen my face before and you want to keep seeing it, go ahead and click the big red button and subscribe to this channel. I am at Concordia University. I'm a student in Montreal and I'm in my 3rd year. This morning I woke up and I was like, girl, you're in your 3rd year and you still don't know what you want to do. But you know what I realized? I was like, I can help some other people out. Because I remember when I came here, I was a mess. I didn't know what I was expecting. I didn't know anything. I was just lost. I was a lost sheep in a big city. So I was like, you know what, let's make a video telling people what's your experience, what was the uni experience like, finances, boys, fuck boys, and thoughts. You know what I'm saying? A bit of everything. Let's just get right into it. Why don't we? So, the first week that you get to university is called Fresh Week. At least that's what they call it here in Montreal. So at Concordia University, basically what it is, I'm gonna say it, is where all the fuckboys and the thoughts go out and have a good time. That's what it is. You can fight me on this. Tell me there ain't no fuckboys and thoughts out there. There's those people who ain't, but most of them, that's what it is. And it's a great time. I never went, but that's just because for me, that's not what I want to do. But I must say it's a great time to meet people, have a good time. There's a bunch of games, you meet people from your faculty. It's really just a good time of fun, relaxation, to get to know your city in a less serious manner, because you're always told that universities come read book, go to class and then sleep. But at least you start off on a more like fun note. It's a great time, but it's not for everybody. I've got to say that. For me personally, I didn't go to it because my first year, I was just coming out of a turbulent high school experience. So I personally was not really into that. I kind of just wanted to get straight to my books, get my grades, and I didn't really want to enter drinking and so on. But once again, it's a great experience to get to meet people. It's just a great time, loads of fun, loads of activities, great stuff. Depending on what you want to do when you get to university, you can either live independently or you can live in residence. Me personally, my first year, I lived in residence. And for me, residence is like, you know, I'm gonna go with this metaphor and hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully, I mean, we'll just roll with the punches, whatever. So when you are born, the nurse cleans you up and she takes you to this room, which is basically like a glass room, where you're with hundreds of other babies. There's only a few nurses in the room, so they can only attend to so many babies at a time. Your dad, who's like so overjoyed with happiness and love for you, he's on the other side of that glass room, but he can't touch you, he can't help you, he can only watch you and kind of see what's happening. If you poop yourself, cry, you're hungry, he can't do anything for you. Oh, the only people that can help you are the nurses, but they can only go to certain people at a certain time, certain babies at a certain time. And that's basically what residence is like. It's like an incubator type of room thing, with that your parents have sent you, and knowing that you're going to be safe to a certain extent because there's certain rules that you have to follow. But at the end of the day, you're free to do what you want. But it's enough for your parents to be able to go to bed at night, knowing that tomorrow morning you won't be dead or in jail. That's basically what residence is like. I went to a residence where there were about 300 people here in Montreal, and it was also in a part of town that was a bit isolated. So we weren't always around bars or clubs and so on as other residents in Montreal are. So we had to get creative as in what you wanted to do. It gave us an opportunity to also get to know each other a lot better, but it also gave a lot of space for creativity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of creativity. But if you are thinking of living in residence and you know that you are someone who needs their space, at the end of the day, you need to relax and just like have your own space and your own me time. Do not get a roommate, because a roommate, at least where I'm in residence, is someone you're sharing a space with. It's either you get a single room where you're alone, or you have a roommate and you're 2 people in a room. And if you're lucky, you can get someone that's really amazing, who vibes with you, who has the same type of interests, the same schedules, so you don't have to be like sleeping and he's trying to party, and the inverse. But sometimes it can be a problem where you get someone and your personalities clash. And I've seen that happen several times, and I really feel like knowing yourself and knowing what you want first is what really counts. That's what will really determine how you're gonna do it. But I remember how in residence, my first year, I only had my only room. Sorry, I had a room alone, and the way my residence was set up is that there were two buildings. So you could live in one building, HA or HB, and to get to the other, there was like a little passageway, but you have to like walk down your stairs from your building, go across and go up to yours. So I was in HA, all my friends were in HB. None of them came to my room, none of them knew my room, and I'm telling you, if you're smart, don't let your friends know where your room is. It's not a 419 scam, none of that. I'm just telling you to protect yourself, your education, your sleep time, and your alone time, and your sanity. Don't let your friends know where your room is. Or at least let them know, but have boundaries and let them know that after this time, please don't come to my room. Because if not, you are not gonna have any alone time. At least have a little amount of space. Also, make your room be a space for certain things. Don't sleep, study, eat, all those things in your room. If your room is where you sleep, don't study in your room. Take it to somewhere else. Because next thing you try to study in your room and you can't because your bed's right there and you just want to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But overall, residence is really just a great experience, especially for an international student. It's your first home. There's a bunch of other international students there. I really recommend it for people who are new in town, in a new country. You don't feel as alone as you would if you were living independently. A very big part of coming to university is making friends, but you'll also meet some fuckboys along the way. That is why you're probably like, what, fuckboys are friends? Hear me out. At the end of first year, you're probably saying like, that makes no sense. Well, let me explain this to you. And once you're done with first year, you'll understand why fuckboys and friends in first year, especially when you're in a residence, are on the same level. So in first year, a lot of your friends and fuckboys are people you meet in certain types of contexts. In hype situations, let's just say parties, raves, and dorm room parties, things like that, around residence or around the city. So you already know that you've met them in one context. Now you bring them out of that context. It's a bit difficult. You meet a friend in a rave party, take them to the library, they still want to rave. That doesn't add up. You meet a fuck boy and you ask me, babe, can you wife me? He's like, nah, that doesn't match up. And the thing is, in residence, you're gonna meet a bunch of amazing people. I promise you that. You meet people who will make your first year an amazing experience. But let me tell you this right now. You may make 20 friends, or if you're popular, 50. But by the end of your first year, you will only talk to 5 if you're lucky. And actually be genuinely friends with about 5 if you're lucky. The reason for this is that in residence, you're in a building with people. You're all living in the same place. For all you know, all your friends are the doors in front of your room. So it's so convenient for me to just walk, my friend. How? Say hi, have conversations. There is no element of commitment to the element of effort into the relationship because you live in the same place. How can you escape me while living in the same place? If I want to come see you, I just put on my slippers, put on my sweatpants, and walk over to your room and I see you. Whereas once you leave residence, let's say you're living 45 minutes away from each other, just take the metro, the bus, Uber, taxi, I don't know what it is you have to do. But that's a very different situation, I can tell you that, and you will see the riffraffs from the higgy haggers. Those guys will separate so quick. And I'm telling you now, man, brace yourself for that. But that's all fine. Just enjoy the experience with the fuckboys and the friends that you make in residence. And that's what it is. That is what it is. Enjoy them, have a good time, learn from them. But at the end of the day, I should probably explain what I'm doing. So this right here is my diagram for life journeys. You came into residence, you came into university with your intentions. You came from somewhere and you know where you're going. You have your own morals and values. If there's one piece of advice I can give you about making friends in university is align yourself with people who have similar journeys, similar morals, similar values. People with parallel journeys, because the only thing you guys can do to each other is encourage each other to keep on moving forward. Not people who are going to hold you down, people with bad energy, they're just going to be moving in the wrong direction. So moving forward, you're moving backwards, all those things. So really just lining yourself, finding people who have similar ideals as you. I was very lucky for myself that my first year of university, I made a group of friends who were study first, then party. And even if we partied, it was very rare because we're already very tired from studying. So I was able to have a very good balance. And if we did want to have fun, we did things that didn't necessarily revolve around substances. Things like alcohol, grasses, things like that. You know, we didn't do that. And it was a very good thing. And I also had people coming from similar backgrounds who had similar morals and had similar goals. And like, I came here for school first. Whereas you can be with other people who may be coming from backgrounds where their parents have money or things like that. And that's fine. But you also have to realize that the importance of school to them is very different from someone else who doesn't have money to fall back on where they go back. And that's perfectly fine. Just know that if you do decide to align yourself with those people, remember where you're coming from. Because you're both going to two very different places and you're falling back from two different places as well. So keep that in mind when you're making your friends and you're meeting fuckboys in university. I have to say that the biggest difference between being home and being in university is your bank account. You now have your own bank account, your own money to, figure out what you want to do. You feel happy, you can now go to McDonald's whenever you want. You're just living the life, feeling like a bad and bougie bitch, dabbing on people, stunting on your friends, all those things. But let me tell you something. My mom always said this, and mama shout out. Always cut your coat to your size. That's to say, if you don't get money, if you don't have money, sit down, go and sleep, drink water for dinner, it's alright. If you're one of those people, you're walking with people, you're parallel to people who take Uber more than they walk, but you yourself, you cannot even buy small fries from McDonald's, how will you survive? On a real though, honestly, in university, and I learned this the hard way, but I'm going to give you guys this very simple tip and trick, but pay your bills first. Phone bill, rent, whatever it is you need to pay, transportation, pay that first before you do anything. And then after that, you can decide to do things for leisure, as going to the gym, going out with friends, but last but not least, save money. Save money because you don't know when a rainy day is going to come. Put your peace to the side because the riffraff, has friends and fuckboys will not be there when you're in shambles. They won't be there. Or they might be there, but you'd rather have your own pea stash so you're not finding yourself in shit. So like I said, pay your bills, then do leisure, but leave money to save. And my friend, cut your coat to your size. Can't afford French fries, leave the French fries, drink water for dinner. It's okay, tomorrow is a new day. Shit. But I have to say that the most important thing that I learned from my first year uni experience, and I hope that this video, hearing this part of it, will help you to some certain extent, is that love what you are doing in university, but most of all, know who you are. And I'm just gonna go into more detail about what I mean by this. First of all, university is 4 years of your life. Before you come, people, like family, friends, older people who already went to university will tell you that these are going to be the best 4 years of your life. And I'm telling you that they are going to be the best 4 years of your life. But that's not just going to be given to you on a platter, like here you go, 4 amazing years. It depends on you. And I'm telling you that you are coming to university to study. It's going to take up not only about 4 to 5 hours of every day being inside a classroom, but additionally another 5 hours to work for those classrooms. That's 10 hours every day. Do you want to spend 10 hours of every day doing something that makes you frustrated, that makes you angry, that you're not passionate about, that you don't even like, you don't care about, you don't see yourself doing in 2 years? No, you don't. You want to be doing something that you actually enjoy learning, something that you're excited to go to class and learn, because I promise you, that makes a big difference between a student who is not doing very well in school and a student who's doing very well, a student who's well balanced and a student who's not well balanced at all. And there is no how am I supposed to feel, how the experience is supposed to be. There's none of that. No. What there is what do you want from the experience? And one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but come to university with intentions and not expectations. Because everything you expect is not what you're going to see. You're going to be either served more or you're going to be served way less. But if you come with intentions as to what do you want to take out of the experience, what do you want to bring to the experience, there's no way that you'll be disappointed, because all you have is your intentions. You have the power to change those intentions. You have the power to follow through those intentions. Nobody will have the control over meeting expectations or not meeting them. But another thing is, I was saying this before, cut your coat to your size, know where you're coming from, but I'm actually very serious, guys. You're going to be coming into the world to a certain extent. This is the pre of the world. It's not really the world, because again, you're still in that incubator I talk about in residence, because you're still in an institution that guides you here and there. There's classes, teachers who you can go through. But after that, you're on your own. You're an adult. Like, bruh, this is it. But what will determine if you make it there safely, you have a safe landing, or a turbulent, flight and a horrible landing and crash, is do you know where you're coming from? People say this all the time, know where you're coming from, you know where you go, all the time, but I promise you, it is very true. You will meet people who are sons, grandsons of the millionaires, billionaires even. Their intentions and the reasons why they are there are very different from yours. Why? Because they're coming from very, different places. If they fuck up, guess what? They've got stuff to go back to. You may also meet people who have nothing where they came from. So they know that there is no choice but to succeed. But that's them, and that's okay. That's their journey. What is yours? Where did your journey start? Where are you coming from? And where do you want to go? And if you don't know where you want to go, that's fine, because we don't all know. To be very honest, I'm in third year. I still have no idea where I want to go. I mean, for example, I'm sitting in front of this camera embarrassing myself. God knows why. But you know what? I enjoy doing this, one. I know why I'm doing it. And I know where I want to go. Why? Because I know where I'm coming from. So do you know where you're coming from? Do you know where you want to go? If not, honestly, take a moment, sit down and ask yourself those questions before you come out here. And those answers will change all the time, and that's okay. You may come in wanting to be a neurologist, a neuroscientist, and you end up being a creative writer, and that's fine. But the question is, do you love what you are doing? And is what you're doing in line with where you're coming from and where you want to go? That's basically what I wish someone had told me when I came to university. But by the grace of God, I was able to meet people who are amazing enough to honestly show me that. And if you're watching this and you're someone who I've met throughout the course of my university career, I'd like to thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be sitting here today with a few words that some way say are wise or whatever, but a few of my thoughts. I wouldn't be able to sit in front of a camera. I wouldn't be able to say I have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't be able to say I'm in third year of all things, because I have friends who did not even make it through first year. Let me tell you that, another thing, 50% of your residents, let me not professor, 25% barely even make it through first year. So my friend, choose your friends wisely. But that's what I really had to say about my university experience. I hope that my take on it, or what I had to say, helped you in any way. If you have any questions about coming to university in Concordia in Canada, please don't hesitate to comment down below. And once again, I'm Afali, and I'm aspiring to be a better person. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye guys.